Dan Mullen, you're fired.
See ya.
Pooh Bear is a dog sitter. The Man Event is going on location tomorrow. Major League Baseball is handing out awards 4 days until Turkey Fest. Here tonight about some of our faves. And for the 87th time, you've got the Pooh Bear, IMP Love, and the Chief. It's Sunday night. This is the Man Event. What the heck is that?
That's his croquet trophy from last year.
Is that his croquet trophy?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about this in a minute.
It looks like you made that in your garage.
Doesn't really matter where it was made. The fact is my name's on it more than once. So this is the Wickets trophy. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. I just want you to get a good look at it here. Okay.
You're going to have to hand it over to your sister here come Thursday.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
All right. So before we get into that, the Man Event is going on location. And tomorrow night, the Buccaneers have a Monday night football game against the New York Football Giants. By the way, let's hope it does not end the way the last game that we saw together ended in Raymond James Stadium with the New York Football Giants.
Oh, my gosh. Field goal at the last second, as I recall.
That was
I thought we had made it. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we were high-fiving each other.
Yes.
We were.
Oh, that's the worst.
And that kicker is now the Rams kicker, Matt Gay.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, hopefully it turns out
that
better.
Was the guy that had like the hot green or like the highlighter yellow cleats or whatever. Yeah, I think those got in the way. But anyways, getting back to the Man Event tomorrow night on location, we're going to be at a parking lot in Raymond James Stadium. We're not actually going to the game. We're just going to be at the parking lot. And we've got a little something that we're doing. So if you haven't had an opportunity to check out the GOAT video, our ode to Tom Brady, awesome video, probably one of the best things we've done so far. In relation to that, we are going to be giving away an official Tom Brady jersey. To be able to qualify for said jersey, you need to subscribe to this channel. So if you're watching, go subscribe right now. Go to that GOAT video, like it, and leave us a comment of who your favorite player is. That's the 3 things that you got to do to be eligible for the drawing. And then sometime next week, around showtime, we'll be doing that drawing and we'll be announcing that winner. We will let you know on all of our social media handles which parking lot we're going to be in tomorrow. So if you want to find us, come find us.
Latitude and longitude, we'll give you that.
And we're going to have some really cool Man Event gear to give out. Exactly 2,000 Man Event business cards. That's our
So if you're number 2001, you're not going to get one.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have a Man Event shirt there.
Actually, 1999. When we were breaking them up today, I kind of tore one by accident.
You tore one by accident?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So, anyways, check us out. We're gonna watch what? We're gonna watch a little bit of the game there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before we pack it up and head home.
You got it.
So, listen, if you've ever wanted to watch a Buccaneers football game with the Man Event, this may be your one and only chance.
I don't know if we want to have strangers hanging out tailgating with us. As nice as they may be.
Is your guard dog going to be there?
Oh, Chip, you want to go tomorrow night?
Oh, my gosh.
You want to go to the ball game tomorrow?
BYOC. That's bring your own chair.
Yeah. Bring your own chair. No. All right. We'll also have a cooler full of Diet Cokes and waters.
Indeed.
So, and maybe some Gatorades or something like that. So, anyways, boys. Loosen up your pants.
Say it. Stretchy pants.
Get your stretchy pants out.
Best weeks of the year right here.
So I figure we spent a little bit of time talking Thanksgiving. And so I guess before we get into it, just out of curiosity, like Pooh Bear, you making anything for Thanksgiving?
I am. I'm smoking.
Like you're going to personally do some cooking?
Yes, I'm going to smoke 2 turkeys on the Kamado Joe. 14 or 15 pounders. That should be enough to feed my family, my extended family. And here's a pro Pooh Bear tip. So a lot of skinny people get this wrong. So you're trying to prepare for Thursday as a large eating day, right? It's the day you're going to eat a lot. A lot of skinny people have the misconception that you eat less Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to prepare for Thursday. That is not correct, sir. You need to bulk up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Stretch out that stomach lining so that by Thursday you've got more room to put the food in. Okay, that is a pro Pooh Bear tip for you right there.
Okay, so Pooh Bear, I feel like we started that this afternoon though. Like
we did.
We got pizza from what was that? Rosati's,
yeah.
That one pizza that was like a meat lover, like a slice of pizza weighed 6 pounds.
It was heavy.
That was a heavy piece of pizza.
And that was a thin crust too. That wasn't even like a thick, heavy crust. That was a thin crust.
That thing was serious. So I don't know. I came home and crushed a couple double cheeseburgers. So.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. Are you kidding me?
It doesn't surprise me though. It doesn't surprise me though. Not one bit.
I'm getting into game shape for Thursday. All right. So Pooh Bear, you got some turkeys.
Smoking some turkeys, and I've got to pick up a pie on Tuesday from Costco.
You're gonna pick it up.
Oh, that's
yeah. Well, I mean, my wife's making a whole bunch of other stuff, and of course, my mom's making stuff, bringing it over.
We didn't ask her. We asked you.
I know. Well, I'm telling you what I'm responsible for. That's it. Those 2 turkeys is what I'm responsible for, and the pie.
Okay, Chief. What about Costco you?
Pie. So normally I will fry a turkey, but we're not hosting this year. We're going to my sister-in-law's house. So the only thing that I am personally responsible for is my apple pie. So I make an apple pie in a cast iron skillet. I've weighed it in the past. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 pounds. This thing is, I mean, I'm telling you, it's everything you ever wanted in an apple pie.
It is very good pie.
So wait a minute. You're not making a cherry dump cake?
No, man. I don't have a recipe for cherry dump cake.
That was for Chef Javi.
I know who that was for. So
I wonder what Chef Javi's making for things.
Can I ask you a question? Are there other people in your family who can cook?
In my family?
Yes. Because historically, when I've come to your house to eat, you're the one who does the cooking, and if the only thing you're making is the pie.
So, I want to sleep in my own bed tonight, so I got to be careful about this. Okay, so to be fair. So when we were married, my wife was a vegetarian, and so she's really not the biggest. She does eat meat today, but she's not the biggest fan of cooking it, and she's really not super excited about eating it. So when it comes to meat, that's all me. I'm the one I like to eat it. I'm the one that cooks it and stuff like that. Okay. So. Pretty much just, that's it. She's a really good baker. She does like to cook a lot of vegetables, and we don't spend a lot of time on vegetables here because
salads.
We just don't eat them. So, that's where we're at. She makes really good desserts, and she does make a strawberry casserole, which is kind of like a dessert. Actually, it's called a casserole strawberry salad, strawberry pretzel salad. That's what it's called.
Yeah. I just always assumed that was the reason why all the meals were made by you. So I misinterpreted.
So how about you? What are you making?
It's the exact opposite of your house, Beloved.
Yes. So I'm smoking as well on the Kamado Joe. I'm doing a whole ham, but I'm only doing half of the whole ham. So I'm doing a half. And I'm doing a turkey. I'm doing both at the same time. I'm going low and slow. So
well done.
Smoke ham.
What is Mrs. Beloved making? Because that's the cooking I'm more interested in.
So most of that cooking I think is going to be done by my family. Although I believe in an effort to make sure that there's something there I'll eat, there's mashed potatoes on the horizon.
Well, you've got turkey and ham. What else do you need?
I mean, that's what else do you need, right?
Some taters. I believe
there is some mashed potatoes on the horizon, which.
Hey, I have a top 10 list of the favorite foods for Thanksgiving. I'm going to tell you, I was a little shocked by some of these, especially in the order in which they fell. I'm going to kind of run through this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So actually, I found number 10. This is not your favorite. This is the least favorite of the top 10. Okay, which is sweet potatoes and marshmallows. Or I would also put your sweet potato casserole in this same category.
Yeah.
I mean, really and truly, I would have banked that, 2 or 3 somewhere up in there. But I was surprised it came in at number 10.
Agreed.
Number nine, green beans. And I assume they also mean the green bean casserole with that can of mushroom soup.
Nope.
Dude, that is.
Well, time out. You're telling both of these are in the top 10?
They're both in the top 10. People love this stuff, man. I don't get it.
All right. I'm going to give you one more, and then I got a question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. What's...
number 8. Number 8. This is another one I feel is out of position. Stuffing. I would have had stuffing again in the top 5 for sure.
Yes.
All right. So far, you haven't listed a single dessert.
I'm getting there. Don't worry about this.
Sweet potato casserole is pretty desserty.
It is desserty. Actually, it's almost pumpkin pie, honestly.
Yes.
Sweet potato pie. Okay, so number 7, I'm not a fan of it, but I know a lot of people are. Cranberry sauce. Here's the thing: if cranberry sauce was really good, we would eat it more times throughout the year than just on Thanksgiving.
So far, you haven't named a single thing I will eat.
You know what it equates to me? The cranberry sauce is coleslaw for me. So I don't like coleslaw. I don't particularly like cranberry sauce, but I will try that just like I try coleslaw. If I'm at a seafood restaurant, they serve me coleslaw, I'll give it a try to see if something magic happens and I liked it.
Right.
Same thing with the cranberry sauce. I'll give it a try. Nope, still don't like it. All right, next year.
All right, here. So now, like in the buffet section here, now we're getting to we skipped the parts that we don't like. Here we're getting into our food here. Okay, number 6, mac and cheese.
Yes.
Got to be there. Yes.
Now we're talking. It took something to be in the top 6 for me to even eat it.
Right. But
I don't eat anything from 7 to 10.
No, you'll eat the stuffing. I know you're gonna eat the stuffing.
No,
you're not gonna eat the stuffing.
There's celery in it. He doesn't eat the green. You know this.
No, I don't like the stuff with the celery either, though. But and by the way, I had one Thanksgiving where they put oysters in it.
Oh,
wrecked the entire Thanksgiving.
Why?
I said, no. That's what I said. I said, no. Stuffing, it doesn't need anything else. Just eat stuffing.
Right.
Okay, and here we go. Number 5, and I kind of agree with this one. Okay, turkey itself comes in at number 5. And again, I apply the logic. If it was really that good, we would eat it more times a year than just on Thanksgiving.
I love turkey.
Not that awesome, to tell you the truth.
I love turkey. I love it.
We do just in different forms. Like we'll eat turkey sandwiches.
Like deli meat turkey sandwiches.
Sliced turkey meat, right?
Pub sub, Subway, eat fresh.
Yes, but
Jimmy John's
it's just a hassle to cook a whole turkey to slice up and serve it.
Number 4, here we go. Let the cat out of the bag early. My favorite. Pumpkin pie. Love pumpkin pie. Dude, I will eat pumpkin pie starting in October just because it's out.
So I gotta ask you, what portion of pumpkin pie?
I knew you were gonna go with this. 1-to-1. Why?
Yeah, 50-50, man.
Why is this a question? The ratio is 1-to-1. 1 part pie, 1 part cream.
I just gotta make sure.
All right, now listen. Number 3 for me is a make or break for Thanksgiving because if they're not good, I mean, you might as well just put the whole thing away. And I'm talking about the rolls.
Ooh, yes.
You know what I don't like? I don't like those ones that come on a tray that they're brown and serve type.
Yes,
things. I don't like those. I don't like those. No, that's not a real roll, man. I don't know what that is.
Sister Schubert's is one of the best ones. The frozen ones, those are so good. But I'll take a good homemade cat head biscuit anytime too.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Lather and gravy.
B-Love, here we go. Because this one was actually up for debate at my family this year. They actually weren't going to have it until I spoke up, and that's mashed potatoes.
What?
Mashed
potatoes?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean they weren't going to have it?
What kind of family are you a part of?
Well, they said we're going to have sweet potato. Do we need mashed potatoes? And I said
yes.
That's a no-brainer.
Sweet potato. Okay, sweet potatoes are a dessert.
That you eat with dinner. It's a
yes.
dessert that you eat with dinner. Okay.
It's pre-dessert. It is
pre-dessert.
It is a dessert appetizer. That's what sweet potatoes are.
Okay, here we go. Number 1.
Oh.
Number 1. Anyone guess what number 1 is? Can you guys guess what number 1 is? I'm going to tell you this. If this one isn't right, you might as well just throw it all in the trash.
Well, I'm a little worried because we've already covered pumpkin pie and turkey and now mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Did we cover macaroni and cheese yet?
Yeah, we can.
I mean, the only other thing I could think would be there was ham, I'm missing something.
But ham's not for Thanksgiving. I don't care who's smoking man. It's not for Thanksgiving. Gravy number one.
Okay, I had that with the mashed potatoes. I mean, that's
dude. If you don't get the gravy, the gravy's the only thing that makes the turkey worth eating. And then it's good, obviously awesome on the mashed potatoes and the stuffing.
Yeah, and the turkey.
It's got to be on the turkey, or else it's just dry.
Cook it right. Giblet gravy is another fat man pro tip right there.
Just don't tell me about giblets. Just don't tell me the giblets are in it, man.
You just like the word.
I'm sure it's delicious. I am sure it's delicious, though.
Wow. So ham's not even on that list.
No, because ham is for Christmas or something else. No one eats ham on Thanksgiving, dude. Everyone knows it's turkey. Charlie Brown, Thanksgiving, turkey.
Hey, if Benjamin Franklin had his way, we wouldn't be eating turkey for Thanksgiving.
I know, dude. Benjamin Franklin was a really smart guy, but I just don't understand the idea of a turkey as our national emblem or whatever it was.
I mean, if you see him now, how often do you see an eagle?
Not very often. Birds of eagle, no.
So you see turkeys more than you see eagle. But he was going to make a goose a Thanksgiving dinner and turkey as the national bird.
So, all right. So we're all good and hungry now. That was a good list. We all got ideas of what we want for, what we're looking for, and what we're making for Thanksgiving. Hey, by the way, this particular Thanksgiving is a very special Thanksgiving because it is also Cliffmas.
It is also
Boom. There it is.
It is also Cliffmas.
There it is. Yes, it is.
So double holiday this year for the Chief.
Hoping to get a cake and pumpkin pie too at the same time.
Spread it out a little bit.
See?
So, like, what's your favorite like Thanksgiving tradition, or your favorite part of Thanksgiving, or like what are some of the things you enjoy about Thanksgiving?
I'll go. Here it is. This is
handing that to his sister. He likes doing that.
No, I'm not going to hand this to my sister. This is the Wickets trophy. We have been playing Thanksgiving with my family for over 30 years now. So, and the thing is, it can be a lot of us on there. So, like last year, we had to put teams together. Like you would hit like every four shots, and then the winning team gets their names on this trophy to be immortalized in all time. So. Let me see. If you look right here, that's last year's, and I think my name is right there somewhere.
Very similar to the Stanley Cup.
Very similar to the Stanley Cup. Lots of room on the trophy. Get it back in frame here. For others to be added. We actually added the trophy's kind of new. It's only 3 years old, but we've been playing, and then we would always try to remember, who won last year. And for some reason, everybody thought they won. We can't have 20 winners on the same year. So here it is. We have a written record of it, of who won. Where the course was played and what color was played for the win. So
I like it. It. Well, congratulations on your recent victory.
Well, thank you. It's up for
and did you make that? Did you make that in your garage?
I did make this, yeah. I made it. So my name's on here twice. I made it the first year that I won, and I
sounds about right.
Yep.
Sounds about right. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I won. There should be a trophy. Let me just make myself a trophy.
Yes. That is such a Chief thing to do.
So, don't hate.
At my house, it's pretty low key. For my immediate family, we get up, we watch the parade, we start cooking, doing all that stuff. And then the tradition has been, up until recently, was to get together with my extended family, my mother's side of the family. Most of them live in town still, so large family there. We get together. There's usually about 100 people that get together.
Wow.
Everybody brings something. We sit and it's basically a family reunion. We do that on Easter and on Thanksgiving. Past few years, it's been a little goofy, obviously with COVID, but before that, there was some problems with people not being in town, the hosts not being in town. So it was like, oh, okay, well, we kind of have to, unless somebody else is going to do it, we have to back up and punt. Literally. I didn't even work that in. It just happened. It was natural. Anyway, so other than that's always a good time. I look forward to that. But I don't know if we're going to be doing that this year either. In fact, I know we're not doing it this year. So hopefully in the future we'll get back to that tradition.
Yeah, I don't know that I necessarily we have a lot of traditions because like every year it looks a little bit different for us than it did, with multiple families and blah 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 blah. And sometimes people are in from out of town, sometimes people aren't, and things like that. I think for me, it's like I do enjoy eating all of the food, obvi, right? A Thanksgiving Day nap while football is on.
Yes.
It's a pretty special thing.
It's not much better. Not much
pretty
better.
Special thing.
Normal Saturday.
But I typically always also take the day after Thanksgiving off. So I like to make it, a really long weekend.
Well, it's decorating day.
It's decorating day. Hey, listen, Christmas decorations go up on Friday and the day after Thanksgiving, and they come down on New Year's Day. Just how it is.
That's right.
Boom.
Now, I know the answer because I know you guys, but what is the preferred for your families? Lunch versus dinner, formal versus casual? What do you guys do?
Somebody has a formal Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I know somebody that does. Lots
of
people have
formal, like they dress up?
Not like formal, just you dress nice. You wear like church clothes to have dinner in the family room, candlelight, Manischewitz wine, the whole thing.
Okay, no, we're about 2:00-ish. We're 2 or 3:00-ish.
So, we do dress for.
I think we call that dinner.
We do dress for Thanksgiving dinner, but it is not over the top. It is collared shirt, and we do have it in the dining room. Everybody gets together. You guys see my dining room; it's enormous. It doubles as a foyer area too, so we can extend it. So, we can get, 20, 30 people in there at a time, and, everybody sits down, eats together, and it's, I wouldn't say exactly formal, but.
Yeah, I mean formal black tie. I meant formal as in church clothes. Like the
table set.
Nobody's wearing cargo shorts and a tank top to that dinner.
Correct.
I'll have on a collared shirt and shorts.
Yeah, it's for us. It's come as you are. We do the late lunch as well. But it's very casual. Come as you are. Nobody's going to jump down your throat. Now, most people like to dress up because it is Thanksgiving, but not required.
I don't know. All right. Is that it?
I'm already feel like a nap.
Dude, listen, the tryptophan is kicking in already.
Listen,
so man, Dan Mullen out as the head coach at the University of Florida. By the way, what kind of stones does Missouri have that in overtime they go for 2?
Go get for the win. I loved it.
They go for 2 to win. If they don't convert, they go home losers.
What have you got to lose?
Huevos. And it worked out.
It should never have got to over. Okay, if it could have got to overtime, but it didn't. Maybe it didn't necessarily have to. What I mean by that is Florida had the ball. They had timeouts remaining. They could have, all they needed to do was go about 35 yards to get into field goal range. And they essentially just said, no, we're good. We're going to go to overtime. When you're coaching for your job, and he had to, I don't know. Look, he just got a raise in June of this last year. June 1st, we gave him a 3-year extension and a raise. He was making $7.6 million a year. I think he's the fifth highest paid coach in NCAA, third highest paid in the SEC. And maybe he just got too comfortable with himself. I don't know. But obviously, the Gators' defense for sure was terrible this year. Those cats couldn't stop anyone.
Well, that puts them at 5-5, right?
Yeah, but the only team they beat teams like USF. Come on, USF is not very good this year.
Well, name a team. Name a football team in Florida that is good this year.
Aren't any.
Miami.
Steelers. Nope. The Brandon Steelers, maybe.
The Brandon Steelers.
That's who I played for back in the day.
I thought that was the Brandon Eagles.
There's a Brandon something.
The Steelers are a flag football team.
No, they're tackle football.
So Miami, no good.
Well, it was.
UCF, anyway. No good. USF, no good.
No.
Bethune-Cookman, no good.
Well, we don't know
FAMU,
that.
No good.
You don't know that. You don't know. You're not following. Don't act like you know what their record is.
No good. FIU. No. There's not a good college football team in the state of Florida.
Well, and we had spoke a few weeks ago about what was the downfall. Why are the programs so far fallen right now? And I think this is one of the reasons why consistency in regime, in coaching. You've got the what have you done for me lately mentality where Mullen comes in. How long was he there? 5 years?
3 years, I believe.
3 years. You give a guy 3 years to turn a program around.
He did. He was having tons of success. They came in, ranked this year.
Right. Well, I mean,
they had Alabama on the ropes.
First game. But my point is, you can't even mature a full class of recruits. If you recruit someone as a freshman and they redshirt, and 3 years later you're gone, they're a sophomore. Now they've got to find a new coach. He's going to come in with his own plan. You may not be his type of player. You've got this portal we were talking about over here earlier, how that's destroying it because now those guys are just going to transfer that don't want to play for the new coach. Same things happening at FSU. Same things happening at USF and UCF and Miami. There's no consistency. Now there is, if you look all the successful programs right now, the ones that have been successful the longest, so this past decade, Alabama and Clemson, they have the same coach. They're not swapping out coaches every year or every 3 years. Part of that's because they're having success, so you don't fire a successful coach. But you still have to give those guys a chance. You can't expect a program to be fully implemented and someone's vision to be bought into by the recruits, the students, that quickly. It just doesn't happen.
No. Well, I think that whole transfer portal in college football is really hurting college football.
It is.
Now, it's by the way, it's good for the player. Let's be honest. It's good for the player because, listen, if you were a blue chip quarterback coming out of high school and you went to Michigan and tried to compete with 6 other guys, you could be starting on any other team in the Big Ten, but you just happen to get behind this other guy, right? And so now you can use the transfer portal to go essentially anywhere you want. And by the way, you're going to go to the place where the coach says, hey, if you leave where you're at and you come here, you're going to play next season. And I think, a player's ability, and it's not just quarterbacks who are doing it obviously, but a player's ability to, hey, you know what? I may not have made a good decision going to school X. They can look for a new opportunity at school Y. And it just makes it hard for college teams to build a team, right? Because you went and recruited this class based on, just like you would in a professional football team would in the draft. You went and looked for, we need these players to take our team to the next level. And then the makeup of your team is changing through graduation, through the transfer portal, and the whole 9 yards. I just think it's making it difficult.
Oh, it surely is.
So Scott Strickland, when he made his announcement, he's the athletic director for the University of Florida, made the point to say that he says, number one, he believes in Dan Mullen as an offensive football coach. But he says there's a lot of little things that are the problem. And he didn't expound on that. He said it's really not fair to the other people that are involved. We don't know what those other little things are. But obviously, if you're going to play high football, like we want to see the University of Florida compete with Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, you've got to dot your I's and cross your T's. And on some level, that wasn't being done. And I think that's what cost Dan Mullen his job.
And that's
his job, to make sure those things are being done.
Well, if AD is going, who is the coach's boss, essentially, they're the general manager of the school, of the athletic program. If they look at the coach and there's disagreements, philosophical disagreements, way things should be done, like you just pointed out, if that truly was the problem, I don't know, whatever, you got to figure that out. But if I'm just talking about based on results oriented, if you're a coach that's being fired because you're not delivering the right results within your first 3 to 5 years, in a state like this where there's more talent than can support 3 states as far as football schools go, and you're just changing coaches out for performance issues, that you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're your own worst enemy at that point.
So my real problem with this right now is that, as you guys know, my son has an application into the University of Florida. The tuition for next year is going to be room and board plus tuition and fees somewhere in the neighborhood of $25,000. Okay. And I know for a fact some of that has to go to pay $12 million to Dan Mullen as a buyout. So
that money's from the boosters.
No. Just let me have my moment here because it really annoys me with the cost of college tuition right now. I mean, $25,000 for a year just seems like a lot. And
that money's from private donors. I will guarantee it. But how is the man event commenting on the man event is all right here?
I'm guessing this is TSG logged in.
TSG.
Oh, okay.
TSG logged in. He says he should have gotten one more year.
So, I mean, here's the thing is they have a major rebuilding job to do. And I think, Chief, you're right. They're probably now going to lose some players. They're going to lose some commitments.
You're definitely going to lose commitments.
Right. And they're going to lose some players who are like, hey, I'm tired of losing. Let me go someplace else. Because just last week, Dan Mullen fired a number of his coaching staff. Yes. So they're already down coaching staff and now down a head coach. And here's the other thing you got to consider. There's a lot of good college football jobs out there right now. USC is looking for a head football coach, and so is LSU.
Yep.
So now Florida's in the hunt to get them a big-time coach against two schools, specifically USC. That's a pretty good job.
And we're only mid-season. Who knows what's going to happen at the end of the season? There's going to be other coaches that lose their jobs as well.
Well, hold on, because Strickland also alluded to the fact that he may have somebody in line. So, I mean, it could be that he's got someone that he's got lined up, or maybe he's just giving some hope to people because he makes a statement of something along the lines of, it gives us a chance to, bring a guy in who's, already prepared. And I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but it sounded like he already, had that next coach in mind if he doesn't have more lined up.
Probably Lane Kiffin.
Oh, dear God, not Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin. I mean, Lane Kiffin's, he's had success everywhere he's gone. But, I mean, that guy moves. That guy moves more than who moves a lot. I don't know. Someone that moves a lot. I don't know.
Hey, Jason, we see your comment. I find it very funny, but I'm not going to post it just because of this. But I do see you. Thank you for participating, but I'm not going to post that one.
All right. So how about we move from this segment into this week's You Can't Fix Stupid?
Oh, let's do that. Should I pick up my dog for this one?
So I actually listen. I have this week's. I had to look it up. I have this week's You Can't Fix Stupid, and one, it is dog related, and two, how is it that so many of these come out of the state of Florida?
Because more weird people move here. Like I guarantee, if you look at this guy's arrest record, his original, first ever arrest was probably in some other state. Ohio, Pennsylvania.
I was going to say Ohio. That's so funny, man.
So let me set this up. The caption, or not the title of this particular news article is "Florida man caught humping dog attacks the owner when he's confronted." Okay,
so it wasn't even his dog.
It's not even his dog, dude. Listen, this person. If you look at this guy, let me see if I look at this guy. Look at this dude.
Oh, there he is.
I mean, does he look to you like somebody who probably tries to have intercourse with a dog?
Yes. I mean, after you tell me yes.
Yeah.
After all the sheep are done.
Allegedly, is faced with charges, not over cruel and unusual punishment of this dog, but for the fight that ensues with the dog's owner, when the dog's owner is like, dude, why are you molesting my dog? That's what the guy gets arrested for.
What does it tell us what the dog is? Are we talking about a poodle or what are we talking about here?
What flavor dog is it?
It does not say what kind of dog it was.
Was it a schnoodle?
Is that what Chip is?
Man. Yeah, Chip's a schnoodle. He's not going to come here.
Yeah, it does not say what kind of, but like, how much meth do you have to be using?
And that's what this is. This is a drug-related incident or an alcohol-related incident. He didn't know what he was. He didn't have full control of this.
How was alcohol enough to do this?
Wow, dude, guys are brutal, man. Guys are brutal. I think of two stories that are out there. One is the I lost his name now. he was dating
Elizabeth Hurley.
He was dating Elizabeth Hurley.
Hugh Grant.
He's dating Hugh Grant, and Elizabeth Hurley's stunning. And he hooks up with this prostitute.
No, that's right. He got
not a high class
prostitute.
Yeah, not a high class. We're talking back of the alley looking prostitute.
Right.
And then there's another guy also in Florida, by the way, who winds up molesting the pool intake at the hotel. If you guys remember that, it's like
oh my gosh,
ago now. I mean, guys are brutal.
Well, that's what I mean. Think about guys like Robert Kraft, who got pinched at a rub and tug down in Miami. Mm-hmm. The guy's a gazillionaire. Why go there?
Right.
You can have it brought to you. That's why there's something else to it. There's
exactly. There's another dimension of this.
Yeah. But. And thankfully none of us have that going on. So we can't get our head in that space.
Listen, right? By the way, the fact that we just mentioned Robert Kraft in a derogatory manner on the show probably means we get shut down tomorrow. He's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that's got. You got to put that.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Oh, Ryan, that's a good one.
Oh man.
Because right now we're all replaying some Walmart encounters in our brain right now.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So true. Wow.
Oh my
goodness. I was going to say. But anyway, so moving on. How about we talk a little bit about Major League Baseball? Major League Baseball passes out their annual awards this past week, and a couple of Rays took home some hardware. By the way, I want to make sure I go on record that I said at the beginning of the season that Ohtani would win the MVP.
You did.
And I was right.
Well done, sir. And well done by Shohei. I mean, he deserved it 100%. Phenomenal season, both at the plate and at the mound. And for the Rays, we got two winners here. We got Randy Arozarena with the Rookie of the Year, who had to fight off Wander Franco. Think about that for a minute.
Voting.
Think about that for a minute. And
I didn't think Wander played enough games this season to be considered for the Rookie of the Year.
He barely qualified for it. Yep.
Is he qualified next year as well now?
No. So
this was his only opportunity.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So once you qualify, you're in. So Randy didn't qualify in 2020. Okay, so that was actually his rookie year, but he didn't have enough plate appearances or games to become eligible for Rookie of the Year,
right?
Or at bats. And once he did that last year, then he was. So it really throws off because, like, when it comes to the sports card market, he's had a rookie card out since 2017. I think it's really kind of crazy, but. Anyway, so congratulations to Randy Arozarena and congratulations to Kevin Cash, 2-time Manager of the Year. And for anybody thinking, oh, how can they do that? He didn't even win, a series in the playoffs. All these votes are done prior to the playoffs starting. So they're all these votes. MVP,
playoff win or no playoff win, nobody does more with less than Kevin Cash.
Listen. I said after the season he should be fired.
Yeah, no one else agreed with you. So that was just you.
Nope. Yeah, nobody agreed with you. Well, and here we have us commenting again with
we're commenting on ourselves.
Hey, the Rays did lose a guy this week though.
Yeah, another one. Brett Honeywell sent packing to the A's, I believe.
Yeah, so top prospect a couple years ago, tears his UCL, has Tommy John surgery. Did have some appearances this year with the Rays, but just never really rebounded from that. Honestly, I wonder if we cut loose with him too soon. Because that Tommy John surgery, that is not an easy thing to come back from.
We're seeing a lot of players, Chief, come back from Tommy John surgery pitching better than they ever have.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? The medical technology on this thing now, it used to be you went down with Tommy John, career over. Today, these guys are coming back stronger than ever.
Right. Well, it's almost
Verlander.
It's almost
Verlander just signed him. Yeah, Verlander just signed a massive deal this week. Who was the kid in Washington, the phenom? It was a young kid.
Strasburg?
Strasburg had Tommy John. He's been pitching well ever since. There's a number of guys.
I think we may have, cut this guy loose a little too soon. He has every pitch in the book he can make. And now it's just a matter of relearning some of that for him.
Yeah. So I would be interested to know, there's a number of pitchers on the Rays roster right now who we have picked up because other teams were afraid of the Tommy John surgery.
Right.
And they've pitched well for us.
So the only thing that gives me any peace about Brett Honeywell leaving, because at first I was like, "What? Are you kidding me?" He was, number 1 overall draft pick, or number 1 pick by the Rays in 2016, I think it was. He's only been here 4 or 5 years. That's traditionally the kind of the thing that the Rays work on and build you up until you're ready to shine. But the fact that they did give up on him, that tells me that there's something else wrong. That they haven't seen what they wanted to see within those first 5 years. So and the fact they didn't get anything back.
They didn't get anything back.
Just cashed in, I think, a 2nd round pick in consideration or something. So that tells me that, anytime, and somebody said this earlier this year at the trade deadline, if the Rays come calling for your pitcher, you better stop and ask yourself, why do they want him? And if the Rays are offering you a pitcher, you better really start asking yourself, why in the world they want to get rid of him? So I'm okay based on their historic moves and the things they do with pitchers. I was disheartened at first because I thought he was a great, prospect for us. So,
we also saw in the last couple of weeks, they've had a number of transactions over the last couple of weeks too. Brasso, we saw him leave.
Yep.
He was the big hero against the New York Yankees in the 2020 playoffs.
Yep.
And really just got a bunch of prospects for him. But we're stacked in the outfield in terms of players, and so you got guys to give. And I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the highest paid player on our team is Kevin Kiermaier. And I don't know is he just not worth what we're paying him, or is he just not the player he used to be, or we want him to be? But
listen, Kiermaier was the only player on this roster during the playoff series that was valuable. Everyone else kind of laid an egg. Kiermaier, not only from in the field,
he did have a good playoff series.
He had
a good World Series. He had a good World Series in 2020.
Yep.
So Wander Franco was just offered a $200 million contract. Here's what I think happens with that. If he signs it, he becomes the new face of the Tampa Bay Rays, which makes Kiermaier he becomes redundant at that point. We don't need two guys out there as the face of the team. And I don't think either Kiermaier is going to be asked to restructure his contract or he's going to be let go.
I think it's probably closer to the end
let go
for
of
him.
being traded. Yeah,
it's closer to the end of his time here with Tampa Bay. With Josh Lowe waiting in the wings, he is the next center fielder for the Rays. He's going to be terrific. He was up for a little bit earlier this year. You still have Brett Phillips out there who's playing phenomenal. You've got Manny Machado. I wish we had Manny Machado. Manny Margot, who can also play center field. Great defender, not a great hitter. So there's a lot of options they have besides Kiermaier, who in all those options bat better, to be honest. Kiermaier is a frustrating at-bat for a Rays fan for sure.
Yeah.
Terrific outfielder. I don't know how many games he saved for the Rays over his career, but it's probably close to the end for him.
Wander Franco should sign that contract, by the way.
Absolutely.
Because how much is guaranteed, if not all?
I think in baseball, it's all guaranteed.
It's all guaranteed, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So here's a guy that I'm just looking it up. They've reportedly offered him a deal worth between 150 and 200 million over 10 years. Now, a lot of people are going to say, don't sign that contract. You're like 18 years old and you're going to make way, way more money in free agency when you get the opportunity. But for a guy like this to sign this contract with guaranteed money, if he gets hurt and never plays another game, he just made 200 million. Right. Like you make the money when the money's on the table.
Right.
By the way, 200 million. That is real money. I mean, that is. So believe it or not, I don't have 200 million. I've been working for a long time,
and that's just salary.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Endorsements come rolling in after that. Appearances, everything. I mean, this cat.
Even so, here's the reality. He's 20 years old.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Rays would have control of his contract for 10 years. He'd be 30 years old when that contract is up. And he'd be poised to sign another long-term one for 5 to 6 years for probably another 200 million. Yeah. So I say make your 200 million now and go make another 200 million 10 years from now.
And on top of that, make all the Rays fans happy because you'll be here for 10 years. And mark my words, this young man will be the best player in baseball within the next 5 to 10 years.
Wow. From your lips to God's ears.
I'm telling you, bro. This guy, he is going to be he's not going to be a home run hitter. He's going to be more of he's going to hit home runs, but he's going to be more of a average hitter. But his ability in the field and at the plate, I'm telling you, he is going to be somebody that all the kids they'll be buying his jersey. He'll definitely be the face of the Rays. Trout will have moved on by then. You've got dealing with Ohtani and, Vladimir Guerrero are going to be he's good friends with Guerrero. But there's going to be kind of the people he's competing with. He just has it more than they do. They're flashy. They hit a lot of home runs now, but they don't have the staying power like a good average hitter is going to be. He's going to hit for 350 one time at some point in his career. He'll still pop you 35 home runs and play a phenomenal infield. I see him playing third base, not shortstop like he is now. But I'm just a switch hitter from both sides. I'm so excited for this kid's career. I'm so happy he's here.
Yep. Hey, so if you've been sticking around waiting for us to talk football, your time has come. So the Bucs obviously didn't have a game today. They're on Monday Night Football tomorrow night. And we'll talk about what we think that looks like here in just a little bit. But why don't we kick things off? Like, how did I do in picks last week?
I'm so glad you asked. I am so glad you asked. Because when I run down the picks from last week, B-Love picked the Falcons. They lost. B-Love picked the Panthers. They lost. B-Love also picked the Saints. You were over. You goose egg.
Oh.
Wow.
Man, that sucks.
That does
not
suck.
A good week.
All right. Hey, guess who else went over? No, that's it.
He got one.
TSG got one. He picked the Patriots versus the Falcons. Pooh Bear, by the way, I got one. The only one that I got was the Patriots and Falcons. We all missed the Saints and Eagles. Pooh Bear, lone wolf with the went for the Washington football team. Yeah, and the Panthers. He gains a point on everybody. Pooh Bear, where do we look in the standings after this week?
Here are the current standings after 11 weeks of football. In the rear, doing his thing, is TSG hanging out with the Jags at 12 and 21. You have missed 21 correct picks. I'm not sure this dog down here couldn't pick the pick right. Chip, who's going to win the ball game? All right. Slightly. I mean, just in third place, but should really be in second or first is myself at 18 and 15. B-Love at 19 and 14. And Chief is top dog right now at 20 and 13. So those are our current standings after 11 weeks.
All right, so this week we're going to get some separation maybe in these standings a little bit because we decided with it being Thanksgiving week and football having 3 games on Thursday instead of 1, we're going to pick every Thursday night game plus a couple from Sunday. So I think the first one we have up is the Bears versus the Lions.
Yeah, it's just like, you're going to overeat on Thanksgiving. Well, we're going to overpick on our picks.
So, I mean, here's the deal. I think this is an obvious one. I feel like I have the ability to pick for everybody on this particular game. The Lions, although they are winless, they are not at all as a loss. They haven't lost every game. They do have one tie. There's no way that they beat the Bears on Thursday.
All that to say they're going to lose.
Yes. Well, what I'm saying is I feel I'm qualified to pick on behalf of all of y'all, including TSG. I'm not going to make him pick the Jaguars on this one.
So you're going to give him the Lions instead?
I'm going to give him the Lions.
So TSG has the Lions. I have you down for the Bears.
I think I may pick the Lions.
Wow. What? Do you like losing?
I don't like losing, but the Lions have been playing better as of late. They're playing at home. The Bears are horrible. Horrible.
Hey, there are still seats available for this Thanksgiving game in Detroit, by the way. I mean, that's how bad this team is.
Yeah, they're not very happy with their own team.
They're actually advertising it, nationally advertising this. Like, people are going to fly to Detroit to go watch this battle of the bads. Let's move on. What else?
Yeah, hang on. Did the Bears win today? I'm looking for that score.
I'll tell you in a second.
I'm looking at now. No, the Bears lost to the Ravens. They only scored 13 points. Listen, man.
The Ravens had a second string quarterback.
Exactly. So I'm going to go Lions, man.
All right.
So me and PSG.
Good for you. All right. The next game up is the Raiders
and the Cowgirls.
Cowboys. All right.
Who are losing to the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, listen, when I turned off that game, the Chiefs looked like the Chiefs, and the Cowboys did not look like the Cowboys. The Chiefs were dominating that game. I still think that the Cowboys are a better team than Vegas. I think Vegas has to travel, and I think they don't really have a good head coach, or they don't really have a solid head coach right now. I think that's a beatable team. I'm going with the Cowboys.
I should have looked at these guys' records on Thanksgiving. I think the Cowboys have a winning record, and the Lions have like a 500 record or something on Thanksgivings. Anyway, all right. So you got the Raiders, B-Love?
Yep. No, I got the Cowboys.
No, you said Cowboy. He had the Cowboys.
That's why I wrote down.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see my picks from last week. Now I don't know that I trust this guy. There's no way I put up an offer.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely put up the offer.
Chief, what do you got?
Look, I'm not feeling as confident with my pick if I'm going to agree with B-Love on every one of them. But right now, I see the Cowboys beating the Raiders.
Okay. I'm going to go Raiders.
All right.
TSG, so you got the Lions?
He's got the Lions.
He's got the Lions.
Lions again. Right. Okay.
The next game up is the Bills at the Saints.
Going to overtime again. This is ridiculous.
So, Chief, I'm going to let you go first on this one.
The Saints are, dude, it's almost, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but the Saints are not the same team without Jameis Winston. Dude, that's hard to say, man. That's hard to say. I'm going to have to go Bills. I'm going Bills on this one.
Oh, man, that's a tough pick. I mean, the Bills, I don't know. They've been struggling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go against the Chief on this one. I'm going with the Bills.
I went Bills. I went.
Oh, you went Bills? I thought you went Saints.
No, I should have gone Saints because that's my. Things are bad at the house with the wife if I go against her. But I'm going for the win here, so I'm going to Bills. So what are you going now? To be clear,
I'm going to go with the Saints.
All right, B-Love Saints.
B-Love Saints.
Oh, the pressure's on this one, huh? You're right, man. The Bills have not been playing well. They've been underperforming, but at any minute they could just take off. I'm going to go Bills. All right, so that's your 3 Thursday night games. Moving on to a couple of Sunday afternoon games.
All right, so we have the Falcons at the Jaguars. So TSG, here's the thing. These are not good teams, by the way.
Yeah, this is a battle of the bads right here.
I'm gonna throw. I think that the Jags are on the upswing.
Ooh.
Okay, and I think the Falcons are a bad football team.
Oh. They are. They got embarrassed Thursday night by New England.
I'm gonna go with the Jags.
No points scored.
That's a bold move right there.
That is bold move.
That's a move right there that could put me in the lead at the end of this week.
Hey, you know what that just made me think of? There's your next Gators football coach. Urban Liar.
No, he's definitely not. He is definitely not coming back.
Well, I don't know. Maybe long hair will got another year of eligibility or something. He can play quarterback there.
Long hair.
Trevor Lawrence.
All right, Chief, what you got? Falcons or Jags?
I'm going to go Jags on this one.
Wow.
The Jags are definitely looking better.
All the leader.
All right. Listen, as up and coming as the Jags are, they're not a good team whatsoever. The Falcons are still a professional football team and will find a way to win.
They're all professional football teams.
Are they though? Are they?
They're all professional football teams.
Are they? By definition, they're getting paid. They're being paid.
The only thing Atlanta has going for them is Matt Ryan and that quarterback from or that tight end
Pitts
from that was from Florida. Those are the only good players they got.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The rest of them are just paid players, as you said.
All right, last game up: Rams versus Packers.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one. We saw the Packers today get embarrassed by the Vikings.
Yeah, and we saw the Rams be embarrassed 2 weeks in a row now by subpar teams. This is a tough one. You know, the Rams make
and it's in Green Bay.
In Green Bay in November, late November, almost December.
Wow. I feel that gives the edge to the Packers.
Sorry, Dom.
I want to pick the Rams.
We actually need the Rams to win this game.
Yeah, I was thinking that through too. Maybe listen, today we stood for the game-winning field goal of the Vikings because we needed to support a Green Bay defeat that betters our situation as Bucs fans.
Oh, I hope Zelensky's not watching this. I hope that guy doesn't know. I had to root for the Vikings today.
I'm going to go Packers. I mulled this one over, but I'm going to go Packers.
Okay.
Pooh Bear, what are you doing?
I too am going to go with Packers. I think Lambeau Field is worth quite a bit. My one
November.
Yeah, my one caveat is the Rams. I believe they're on a bye week this week, so that they would have some extra rest. They've got some new players with Von Miller and who they make the trade for the corner, the receiver. So anyway, that's my only reservation is them being on a bye week. But I'm still going to be with the Packers.
So I'm going to go Rams for all the reasons you just said, Pooh Bear. The Packers have been winning. They just haven't been winning well. So I know Lambeau is a tough place to go, man. But I think that the Rams are going to be keyed up, and they're just going to be too much for the Packers to handle. And I've got TSG down for the Lions again.
TSG's got the Lions.
He went 5 in a row for Lions.
Dude, let me ask you a question. If the Lions actually win, does he get all 5 points?
No, he just gets the one. He just gets the one.
All right. So as we close out the show here, we got just a couple of minutes. What do you think the keys to the Bucs game is tomorrow night against the New York Football Giants?
Run the ball.
But we have the GOAT.
They gave up on the run last week. And it cost them. Ball control.
Ball control is going to be key. They're going to have to stop the run. And by the way, they've got some real running teams coming up against them. They got to play Indianapolis in a couple weeks. So this is a good chance for them to get back to that dominant run defense that we've seen. I think Sean Murphy-Bunting comes back. We're going to see the Gronk back in the lineup. So we should see a better football team than we have seen since, honestly, maybe since week 1. So that's what I'm saying. They got to stop Barkley and secondary defense.
Who is questionable, by the way. Saquon Barkley is questionable.
So we've already got him worried. There you go. We've done it.
I think for me, what I would like to see, I want to see them play with a chip on their shoulder. I'm not saying to play angry. I'm saying you now have to play with a sense of urgency. And you need to come out and play like you're the defending Super Bowl champions, and you can't believe you just lost 2 straight. They need to leave no doubt. They need to leave no doubt on that field tomorrow night.
Hey, it's been a month since we've seen a Buccaneer victory. A month.
And I'm also
it's almost, we might have to start jumping in pools again.
Oh
wow,
it's getting cold too.
I know. Turn the heaters on.
I am a little bit happy that we had the right reaction last week to the game. We all thought there was just kind of a failure on many accounts. Bruce Arians came out and said, we were playing like a dumb football team, was his exact quote, I believe. So hopefully he's going to light a fire on their butts. Tom hopefully is going to light a fire, get guys going in the right direction, get himself going in the right direction. He is not innocent of any, blame here for this team. So. He needs to be held accountable for that as well as the coaching staff and the rest of the players. So,
yep.
I think we've done all we can do.
All right, gentlemen. I think that's all we got.
Our part-time weekend jobs. Hey, we will be out tomorrow night in Raymond James Stadium. We believe Lot D. That is our goal. Come and see us. Come and hang out with us. Watch the video with us. The whole idea there is just to meet and greet and show off the GOAT video. We want you all to see it and enjoy it. If you like what you see here, go ahead and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss anything that we do or produce. Like this video. It helps the algorithm. And we will see you next Sunday. Chief, say goodnight.
Good night.